We got some breaking news. More and more attorneys out of SDNY are resigning rather than going with their instructions to smash away the Eric Adams case. I have Chris Geidner here, who runs Law Dork, one of the best publications about law, to talk more about this. But first, here is Rachel Maddow reading the New York Times, telling us a little bit about what's happening.
Manhattan's U.S. attorney on Thursday resigned rather than obey an order from a top Justice Department official to drop the corruption case against New York City's mayor, Eric Adams. Then, when DOJ officials transferred the case to the Public Integrity Section at Main Justice in Washington, which oversees corruption cases, the two men who led that unit at Main Justice, quote, also resigned. NBC News' Ryan Riley reports tonight that 3 additional officials in the Public Integrity Section at Main Justice also resigned after meeting the same top department official, who is Trump appointee and Trump defense counsel, acting Deputy Attorney General Emil Bove.
This seems like a big deal, and I keep hearing about it. I have a blind spot when it comes to legal stuff. My brain just shuts off. So I'm hoping that you can bring me and the rest of the audience here into a little insight of like what is happening, and is this as big a deal as it seems?
Yeah, I mean, I guess first of all, it is. This is in another time. We referred to this as the Saturday Night Massacre when Nixon fired several people. This is 25 days into the administration, a similar situation happening. The new administration decided that they wanted Eric Adams to help them on immigration enforcement, and said it all but looks like they directly said, we'll take this case off the docket if you agree to help us.
And that's against the law, right? To do that?
I mean,
like, is that against the law? Is it like a gray area? It seems a little.
Not, I mean, it would be against the principles for prosecution. It could violate their ethics for bringing prosecutions, which ironically was the whole thing when AG Bondi came in, where she talked about restoring integrity to the department. And basically what you had is the self-selected acting U.S. attorney in Manhattan for the Southern District of New York, the Federalist Society Scalia clerk, Danielle Sassoon, who they selected, said, no, this does not work. There is no legitimate basis for me to be able to go to court and argue that we should dismiss this case against Eric Adams. And she said, if you won't talk with me about what we can do about this, AG Bondi, in response to Emil Bouvet's request, I will resign. They tried to get other people to do it. They went to the head of the Public Integrity Section, which, I mean, they should have known that's really not where you want to go to ask somebody to do sketchy behavior. That person, unsurprisingly, said, no, I'm out. They went to the acting head of the criminal division. That person also said, no, I'm out. Apparently, at least 3 other people from the Public Integrity Section also said, no, I'm out. Even that is not the end of the situation, because since this is an ongoing case, since there was a case filed, since it has begun, they can only dismiss the case with leave of court. And so they need
what does that mean?
That means they need to go to the judge and get the judge to say this is okay. And the thing is, part of why you need leave of court is because once a case has been brought, they want to make sure nothing sketchy is happening. And
I love that.
This is going to go to Judge Dale Ho, who was a Biden appointee, was one of the leading voting rights lawyers in the country, and is now a judge on the Southern District of New York. And he is going to be able to question these, whoever this attorney is who comes to to the Southern District of New York and says, we want to dismiss the case. I mean, at the end of the day, if DOJ doesn't want to prosecute a case, it's probably not going to go forward. The longer this goes on, the more difficult it's going to get for DOJ, whoever does sign their name to it, to actually get this dismissed without even more significant damage to the Justice Department leadership, not only in the public's mind, but importantly in the courts. I mean, keep in mind, the administration already has dozens and dozens of cases that are out there challenging their actions. And if you have this very direct moment where several longtime lawyers from the department are preferring to resign rather than carry out the actions that they're being ordered to carry out, that's going to throw into doubt the credibility of the department when it does try to defend Trump's actions.
So this is ultimately bad PR for Donald Trump's DOJ. It's probably not going to mean that Eric Adams is ever going to see trial, because apparently some people just don't get consequences for committing crimes in modern America, which I hate. But it does. But at least a lot of people are doing the right thing, right?
A lot of people are doing the right thing, and they're doing it in a way that does garner both public attention and legal attention. Judge Ho is going to say, explain to me why this is the 9th person who was willing to bring this, and that's going to be a very significant moment for everybody's understanding of how this administration is going about the law.
So this is like really a sign of the lawlessness that is about to occur throughout the Department of Justice.
It's a sign of what they're willing to do. Basically, what Sassoon said in her letter was none of that has changed, and Bouvet's letter didn't claim that anything changed. He just said,
who's Bouvet?
He's the acting deputy attorney general who sent the letter, the former Trump criminal defense lawyer who's now
like a
sitting
Trump
in the number 2 position at DOJ.
Got it.
Who ordered the case to be dismissed. And Sassoon, who had been the acting U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, said nothing in his letter asking us to dismiss the case or ordering us to dismiss the case suggested that anything about that legal reasoning changed. We still have the legal basis to expect that we're going to get a conviction in this case.
So basically what has happened is that a bunch of good people have resigned because the DOJ is acting unethically, if not illegally. Eric Adams is now hostile, or not hostile, he's hostage to the Trump administration. And probably the best outcome from this would be to Kathy Hochul, who is the governor, to make him remove him, which she probably won't do. But that is our only hope.
Yeah, it did sound like she's more open to it than she had been, but still far away from it. I think that she would need substantial pressure.
Regardless, I am so grateful that you came on here. Again, this is Chris Geidner, who runs Law Dork, which is an amazing site for insight on this. What I love about Law Dork is, for someone like me who does not understand the law, you really do break it down in a way that is easy for many people to understand. So there's a link in the description. I really do appreciate you joining, and I hope you'll come on again.